Hello, this is your weekly chord tutorial with Mr. B. These lessons will teach you the chords you need for the songs on my channel. If you enjoy the video, please do like and subscribe. Thank you. Today we are looking at our G7 chord. Now we're probably familiar already with our G chord, so the G7 is a nice variation on that. We'll have a look at the fingering we need on the fingerboard for that. We'll have a look at the notes that make up the G7, and we'll look at another chord that's similar as well, and where you can find the G7 to practice it on my channel. So the fingering is quite similar to a G, but it looks a bit inverted. So there's my normal G, here's my G7. Now my second finger does stay in the same place, but my first and third finger move across. So my first finger goes on the E string there on the first fret, second finger on the C string on the second fret like I would for a G chord, and then my third finger at the bottom on the A string again on the second fret. So there's the G7. Do have a look at that chord diagram to check the fingering out for yourself and practice that. And if you have a look at the notes of a G7, G7 is made up of G, B, D and F notes. So the G7 chord is made up of G, B, D and F, and it's that F that is the seventh in the scale and gives it that extra lift that you don't get in the G chord. So it's the F that adds the extra interest there to the chord. And if you have a look at the fingerboard diagram, you'll see that we get the G7 with an open G on the top string. The second fret on the C string becomes a D. The first fret on the E string becomes an F. And the second fret on the A string becomes our B. So we get G, D, F, B, and that gives us the G7 chord. And again, when you play it separately, it sounds rather strange, but played together, it sounds really nice, I think. Let's do some down strums. Down, up, down, up. And down, down, up. And down, down, up, down, up. There we go. There is our G7 chord with some strumming patterns to practice that with. A bit of variety on the G chord, or the G7 is the G minor. So always a nice one to know. It's not too tricky, but it sounds quite different. It goes like this. We can hear that minor sound straight away, can't you? G minor is first finger on the A string there on the first fret, second finger on the C string on the second fret, third finger on the E string on the third fret there. There's the G minor chord, but for today we're just focused on the G7. And that comes up in quite a few of the songs on my channel. One of my favourite ones that includes the G7 is Let's Go Fly a Kite from Mary Poppins, and that's on my level 3 playlist, so do check that one out if you'd like to. Okay, there we go, there's the G7. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.